So you are welcome to my life. You are welcome. You are highly welcome. Still rejoicing on the latest level as a YouTube partner, and all the agreements, all the reading and reading and reading. And so we continue by the grace of God to move. So you are welcome to my life today, and remember the subject on the table is tamarind seeds. And in this very video, I want to share very important things that tamarind seed just started doing for me. There are several other benefits. But before then, what exactly is this seed? What is tamarind seed? I will show you this tamarind fruit that I have, the way it is. And then the seed that comes out of it after taking the juice is what we mean by tamarind seeds. And so this is the tamarind seed. But the next also is why I took interest in the tamarind seed. How did I come about it? What is it doing for me? What are the benefits? And so number one thing I want to start is, what is tamarind seed? Now tamarind seed, as you can see, this is tamarind. This is the tamarind, the fruit. I have to open it for us to see. It may not look so attractive. Sometimes you can meet it black. Look at it. This is the tamarind seed. This one is already wrapped. You can bring it out. It's something you could just wash in running water and eat. Yes, you can just take it, like lick it. But that is not all. You can also make juice out of it. Like I said, it's very high in vitamin C. It's very high in other nutrients, including even protein, the tamarind. But that is not even the interesting part of this whole thing. The most interesting part of the seed, of the tamarind, is the seed. Yes. Why? Why? The tamarind is actually high in sugar. You must know that. In case you're diabetic, or you're a pre-diabetic, or you are someone that's conscious of sugar because of your health challenges, it's important you know that the tamarind is high in sugar. Yes, as you can see, it's high in sugar. So when you are taking it, you can add things like cloves or some pinch of cinnamon to make it more diabetic or diabetes friendly. I've already made a video on it and also even shown us the juice. You can check that on my channel. But let's get to the straight. Let me also show you the seed. So after taking the pulp, the flesh of that tamarind, you get the seeds. So tiny. Look at it. I have some of them here. You can see the tamarind seed. I want to show us using my hand. This tamarind seed, as you can see it, are the seeds that comes out of this tamarind. As you can see it. These are the things that come out of it. After taking the flesh or making juice out of it, you are left with the seed, which is what I've shown to you. How did I come about the tamarind seed? Now, I came about it after consuming the fruit and seeing the benefits, after taking the juice, after taking, it as a fruit, seeing that it's so loaded. Now I began to wonder, what about the seeds? Because of late, we are learning that seeds are usually as dense too. So before now, several seeds were thrown away due to ignorance. Seeds like avocado seeds, papaya seeds, several other seeds like that were ignorantly and innocently disposed and thrown away. So I began to wonder that if the fruit is so rich, so what about the seed? There must be something also in the seed. And again, since the fruit is also sweet, quite sweet, some people also may want something healthier version of it. And the next place to look at is the seeds. So I began to look at what about the seeds. I began to do study and more research to find out what the seed can do. Only for me to see that it is even edible. Because you won't know until you are told, until you get the information or the knowledge on it, or until you get educated. You will not be able to know whether it is edible or not. It is because of this ignorance that most of these things were actually thrown away in the past, but not anymore. There is so much information available for us today, so we don't have to throw away some healthy foods like that. So the tamarind seed, it was this curiosity about seeds being so dense, being so rich, and having been thrown away several times because of ignorance. So this that made me to actually begin to look into it. And of course, I was satisfied. Very much satisfied with what I got about the seeds. In fact, it was overwhelming. You can also go and do your own study yourself. You'll be overwhelmed. But that is not enough. That is not the end of it. It's not enough to just read something. You have to put it into practice before you can even talk about it. That's how I do my own. And so I began to actually add it to my diet. You're welcome, Catherine, Kenneth. So I began to find a way to incorporate it into my diet, because you need to find how to incorporate these foods into your diet. The tamarind seeds, how do I incorporate it? I started actually by, roasting it, which I found out that there are even more popular ways, much better ways to incorporate it into your diet. But then I started that way, and the result I got was even quite amazing. So I actually got some of the tamarind seeds, washed them. After washing, I began to fry them, just dry frying it, no oil, nothing. Thereafter, I said, okay, began to chew. After eating any heavy meal, I chew some of the tamarind seeds. I started by chewing 2. Remember that when you are starting something new, it doesn't matter what you read. It's important to start small. Start with small amount, small quantity, and then gradually you can move forward. You can also, begin to increase what you are taking. Yes, you can do that. As you continue to take it, and then your body continue to recognize it, and you begin to see the benefits. And how do you see the benefits? You see the benefits by listening to what your body is saying. And about the tamarind seeds, in fact, for now, I can tell you for free, it's my favorite seed. Yes, because of several other benefits. Each seed is unique, but you see these tiny seeds for now. If you are someone that always have toothache, better get some tamarind seeds. Whether you want to fry like mine and be chewing it like a candy, of course, one or two is okay. If you are someone that always have elevated blood sugar after your meal, then it's exactly what you should be having around you. Talking of the tamarind seeds, I tell you the truth. After any meal that you suspect may likely have a toll on your blood sugar, even your blood pressure too, you can start to chew these seeds. I do fry them, but that is not to say you may not try them other ways. Of course, there are other ways to take it. Like I've also read that you can fry it, make tea out of it. You can just make tea, brew tea out of the seeds. The ground seeds also, you can, apart from making tea out of it, you can also use it in some of your recipes. And so, but the way I have been using it so far, honestly, is to chew it after a heavy meal. The main meal, any food you have had, if you are one that is suffering arthritis and you don't want any, complication, or you don't want any such attack after your meal, most diseases after you eat, they start. During the process of digestion, most of these problems like arthritis will start. And so it's important for you to know that the tamarind seed is your friend. Yes, it's your friend. It's something you can rely on. It's something you can, put your chest on. You can put it in your pocket. I can tell you something that if you have consumed something that seems to want to give you trouble, then if you are someone that is going through chronic constipation, these are areas I have practically experienced the power of the seeds, the tamarind seeds. Chronic constipation, you need to have it. It has worked perfectly for me in that regard. And you don't take constipation for granted. Constipation, chronic constipation, it's not something you take for granted, because it can trigger all other diseases. Anything that, has to do with your colon not moving the way it should move, or at the speed it should move. It's also threatening your life, threatening your health. And so that is why it is actually one of the thing that attracted me first to the tamarind seed was its ability to get the colon moving. And what also does that mean? To get the toxins out as quickly as possible before they cause other damage. Because if those toxins are not taken out in good time, they begin to suffocate healthy cells. They begin to cause more problems inside your body. And so, if those toxins are staying too long and they don't seem to be moving, you can help to support your colon by just chewing a few of the tamarind seeds. Honestly, in a few minutes, you see things moving. That is one of the benefits. Then there are other benefits like helping you with weight loss. I was actually aiming at not increasing weight gain, because weight gain is dangerous, especially for seniors. If you are a senior and you suddenly notice an increase in your weight, You need to go quickly and get the tamarind seeds. You're welcome, Elegant Speed. You need to go quickly get the tamarind seeds because it's going to help you to avoid additional weight gain. And even if you're going to be losing weight, you'll be losing weight in a very healthy way. The tamarind seed. I'll be trying other ways of taking the seed because so far I've been chewing it. Yes, like a candy. Just put it in the mouth and then, and there is something also that it is doing for me, which I need you to hear this because there are so many benefits, but only the ones I have, tested. There are so many benefits. You can go check that out also yourself. But the ones I talk here are the ones I can testify that it has actually worked for me. And that is why I say for now, it's my most friendly seeds among these seeds we're talking about. Yes, so many seeds, beneficial seeds. I have all of them. I have the moringa seeds. But that is not to say that they are not good. No. That is not to say that I am comparing I'm not comparing the tamarind seed with other seed. This is pumpkin seed. No. This is chia seeds. I'm not comparing because each seed is unique. And there are times when you need that particular seed. It's very important to know when you need it. Because even the tamarind seed also, there are times when you shouldn't even use it. I have not really been too long using it. I have used it long enough to be able to talk about it. Now, I also know that if you are trying to use it, yes, happy Sunday, my brother Roboga. So what I'm trying to say that the tamarind seed, if you are someone that loves to eat, until you are full, just like some of us, nobody will see a good meal with good appetite and wouldn't want to eat and be satisfied. And so if you have had a good meal and you are satisfied, you ate until you are full, you should also remember that during digestion, problem starts because that is where the real issue is with our body. Because the blood sugar may want to rise, the blood pressure may want to rise, the arthritis may trigger, the stomach ulcer may trigger, and all other health issues. And that is where tamarind comes in. And so before all these problems, you just go ahead of them. Yes, you need to be ahead of them. After having those meals, enjoying yourself, just put it like a candy. Look at it. There's no calorie, no cholesterol, and I have no doubt in my mind that it's going to have a positive effect on your body, good cholesterol. Yes, high density lipoprotein, as they call it. So the tamarind seed, as you see it, you can see. I prefer it roasted though. Just dry fry it after removing it from the seeds. I started actually by taking 2. But I tell you, it wasn't too long. I was taking as much as 6, 5, 6. And guess what? It's likely to be increasing because after your body have started recognizing it and you already added it. Remember something I want you to do, especially those of you who are seniors, managing. If you taste any of these foods and it's good for you, you can also make a list. That's my humble advice. If you cannot make it on paper, you can make it in your mind. But if you can make it on a paper, it's okay. that this is now part of the foods that you're using to support your health. It helps you to fight disease. And there is one very interesting part or aspect of the tamarind seed that I am also particularly interested about. I don't know whether it's known or not, but I know it's doing it because of what my body tells me each time I take it. And that is to support your healthy gut bacteria. Something I may call like a prebiotic, because it's not even harsh. So when such foods come in, it helps to support them. Not pro, it's pre. Something I'll call like a prebiotic. Foods like this, they have anti-cancer properties. I mean, no calorie, no cholesterol, no fat, no sodium. And guess what? No chemical additives, no preservative, nothing. All those things we worry about, none of them. So that is it about the tamarind. So you don't have to, start to compare it with one other seed or the. You should understand exactly when you need the seed, and then you should also alternate it with some other seeds at some other times. You don't have to just, focus on only one seed. Please, that is also my way. I don't like to focus on just, oh, we have heard about tamarind seed today, so let's just take only tamarind seed. Let's just focus on tamarind seed. No. There are occasions when you may need black seed, moringa seed, avocado seed, papaya seed, pumpkin seed, fenugreek seed, fennel seed, cumin seeds. There are so many seeds, So you don't have to share them. You don't have to, start focusing only on the tamarind seed because of the benefits you have heard. You have to ensure that you understand cloves. You're talking about cloves. Yes, I'm listening to you. What are you talking about cloves, my dear? Let me know what you are talking about cloves. I'm listening. So, let's say I have to relocate from here. Sorry, I have to change that sitting arrangement because it didn't give me the comfort and the convenience that I actually needed. So that's just it. I have to change it so that I feel more relaxed. The lightning was actually better, but it's not so relaxing for me. So that is why. That's why you can see I've changed it. And thank God this one is even a little bit also bright. It's not as I was thinking. And so still on the tamarind seed, we can see that the tamarind seed is not like any other seed. It's one of my latest seed for boosting my immunity, fighting inflammations. I tell you, helping to remove toxins, one of the biggest challenge our body goes through. When you are trying to deal with these things, you don't need calorie, you don't need carbohydrates, just as you can see in that seed. You don't even need sodium, you don't even need cholesterol, you don't need anything. All you need is something like this tamarind seed. And I'm so glad to I suggest to you, okay, you are talking about clove. Yes. You say, is clove good? Yes. Clove is good. And if you actually, uh, maybe I should tell you a few things about cloves. Yes, clove is good for lowering your blood sugar. Clove is not good for those managing high blood pressure. If you have eaten food also, if you chew a few cloves, it can reduce acidity. It's good for a lot of things. It has antibacterial properties to help to reduce viral load of bacteria. Yes, that's one of the things. Whether you are taking the clove as tea, or you are trying to chew it like I often do, or you are even just adding it to some drinks like your hibiscus flower tea, zobo, or you are preparing any such, and you just want to add your clove to it. Now, another thing that clove does also is, if you are consuming any food that is likely to raise your blood sugar, you can add cloves to it. Yes, you can add cloves. It's one of the herbs I recommend for people at old age, because it has the effect of, boosting your sexual life, both for the women. Well, let me not talk about the men, but I know for menopausal women, this is one aspect of cloves people may not know, but it's something I can tell you, that when women are going through their menopause, that dryness, that lack of desire for, having any type of sexual activity may not be there. Even the energy too. It's all part of the aging process. But I tell you, clove is something I know works. Yes, it works. Whether you're a male listening or you're a female, you're listening. If you're a female, you're listening, you can try it and give me your feedback. It's not something I read online. It's something I've put to use, and I saw the effect. It makes you very strong, energetic, and everything that you need sexually as a woman. It helps in that aspect for menopausal women who are becoming less interested because of hormonal issues. And so that is one aspect of clove that is also good. I rarely talk about it. I always talk about the benefits in blood sugar. I always talk about the benefits in fighting of bacterial infections. It's an antiviral herb. When you talk of something viral moving all over your body, spreading to all other organs, it can help to reduce the speed of the spread. That's being viral. It can help to arrest it. So it's one of the few antiviral herbs, talking about cloves. And besides that, if you want to, maybe you just notice that you're darkening, yes. Sometimes, if you are very observant, you could notice sometimes you eat certain foods, it tends to affect your complexion, like you're looking darker. Cloves can help you and bring out your complexion. Why? I think that most times the viral load, bacterial load increased, and some of them can even so pollute the blood that even the complexion of the individual looks as if it's looking darker. And so when you use the cloves, either as tea or chew it, something I've noticed, it can make you look like It's brighter. Brighter. You can make it look like it's brighter too. So that is what I'm trying to say. Let me also try and see whether the lightening is, yes. Okay. This place is better like this. Let me, yes, it seems to she's better, yes. This lightening is a bit okay here. And so, that is it. Urobo guy, is there anything you want to hear? Because there are too many things about clothes. Is there any particular aspect of it that you actually would like me to talk about? I will be glad to do so. If you're having headaches sometimes, it can help to ward it off. I'm talking of clothes. If you use it at the right time. If you are suspecting things like fever, these are things I know very well. Fever, you're suspecting fever. You can take cloves tea, if you have it, to reduce the fever or even stop it sometimes. Because some of the fever may be caused by bacteria, other, bacterial and viruses. So it's going to destroy a lot of them. Oh, okay. Have you asked why your grandma loves eating it? I've told you. It has a lot. I told you this is one of the things I recommend for older people. It's good for women particularly. See, a woman, now in the eater, makes you strong. Inside of you feel strong and energetic for a lot of activities, including the one I already mentioned. And I think it's a good thing. A lot of people actually will be interested in it, if that is even only what it's doing for them. But it does even much more than what I have said here. It's doing it. I do not, for the fact that it can slightly elevate blood pressure if you take it too much. It's not, I do not even suggest that for that singular reason somebody should stay away from cloves. The only advice I can give you is to take it moderately so that you don't miss out on all these benefits, including helping to control your blood sugar, helping to fight inflammations generally in the body, and reducing things like toothaches. Those who are often suffering toothache all the time, toothache, they have not discovered cloves. If you discover cloves, then it may be bye-bye to frequent toothaches. But you must also stop too much stop biscuits and breads. Yes, biscuits and breads. I was a victim of that toothache issue. So, clove, eating cloves. There is also clove essential oil. You can use it. 2 cloves is okay, but sometimes you can take 3 after your meal. It's a blood thinner. Let me remind you, powerful blood thinner. It's very good for your liver. I tell you the truth. It helps the liver to recover. It helps to heal the liver. Before, so many years ago, I was even thinking it causes stomach ulcers. Some are still saying that. Some of the young people today who are just as ignorant as myself, when I was younger than now, when I first tested the cloves, I was wondering that, why is it making me feel like ulcer wants to attack me? So I ran away from cloves for more than 10 years, or for more than 9 years. I stayed off it after I knew of its benefits. And what was my reason? I listed it out as some of the ulcer-causing spices, because so much spices is not so good. It can trigger stomach ulcer or make existing one worse. But I didn't have to disseminate this information because it was based on my own feeling on it. I was thinking it was just not good for, until a few years after. Let me also say that maybe as we are getting older, we need to be testing out some food that we are running away from because our body is changing. It may be that our body was not in that capacity to take it or was not even ready for it then. But as we get older, maybe. So after several years, I found out that it was exactly doing the exact opposite of what I accused this humble spice of, and that is helping to heal ulcers. Why? Because it helps to reduce excess body acidity. Now, if it reduces excess body acidity, it's going to open way for healing of the ulcer, because I have said it in some of my videos that some of the things we call ulcers, mark the word some, are just acidic buildup. It's what I have said, and I still say it. Some of them. And if you have a food that can help you, a spice like clove that can help you remove those acids and allow blood to flow to that region where you have the wound that is causing the ulcer, of course, you're going to be healed. So I have also seen it doing that. Those who have recovered from stomach ulcer can use it, okay, incorporate it in their diet to avoid a recurrence of those ulcers. Yes. They can also, those people who are also, trying to heal existing, the only occasion that I will suggest, if you have a fresh ulcer wound, when the ulcer is very fresh and hurting, you may need to stay away from blood thinners. And that is the only occasion when you also need to stay away from cloves. Because every good food, spice, or whatever, that are the best times when you need them and when you need to avoid them altogether. No, you are talking about, I also work, is it to achieve what? No, you are talking about, walking 10 steps, 10,000 steps is a lot. You want to lose weight or what? Can you just let me know, please?